Yo, what's going on? This is Neon Umbreon here, and I'm here with my guy Billiam. You can say hello.
Yo, what's up?
Yo, and we're gonna be well, actually, recently in the FOXTROT Discord server, there was a question of the day of like who's the best imposter, and Billy and I happened to be on a call, and we were just talking about it as well, and we were like, why don't we just make a tier list, and we're just gonna rate everybody for fun.
So we're gonna be ranking people both as crewmate and imposter. And we have 4 criteria for the crewmate and 5 criteria for the imposter.
Yeah.
The basic ones are dependability. Like, are they dependable as a crewmate in voting with the crowd if someone's proven to be an imposter? Are they dependable to be there to vote? Do they vote in a timely manner? Do they do their tasks? Reads, like, can they predict like who's the imposter is, like from any cues or luck or intuition? Mark's memory, I mean, that kind of goes without saying. And then for imposter, we have killer instinct, which is kind of like, intuition, instinct, lying, persuasion, self-explanatory. Sabotage, like how well they use sabotages and like how strategically they place them, their game plan. That's kind of like the plan they have laid out for this match, the organization of their kills and their strategy. Then Leon, would you like to explain X Factor?
Yeah, so X Factor is basically like your clutchness. Like, what's your ability to be able to clutch a game when you should not have absolutely won the game? So, like, if you think of final 3 scenarios, what's your ability to convince the other player? Like, what's your X Factor? What's your clutchness in winning these games? So that's basically like X Factor is kind of like more like an overall rating, a little bit in a sense. Like, what's your clutchness? And it's kind of like a last kind of rating. So yeah, we'll just get started here. So Mimi as a crewmate, dependability. Billiam, your thoughts?
This is probably gonna start on a negative note, but like if there's one thing with Mimi's playing that I am not a fan of, is the dependability. She just is AFK for like too long during some of these matches. Takes a long time to vote, doesn't do like tasks. But when she's there and when she's like focused, it can be good.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd maybe give it like a 3.
Yeah, I think I'm on the same page with you. I'd also go with the 3. So we'll move on. All right, Mimi reads. I feel like Mimi almost never makes any reads or any type of like guesses. She's normally very quiet. Like you said, sometimes AFK. So maybe Mimi for reads, I'm thinking probably a 2 because she never makes any reads, to be honest.
I'm just thinking there's not enough examples for me to really judge on.
Okay.
So like I'm not gonna put a score.
Okay, we'll just go with the 2. Smarts and memory. Billiam, your thoughts?
I'd say maybe about like average, like 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was thinking of 5. Probably, yeah. That's just, yeah. She's gotten better at faking tasks recently, so yeah, I'd say 5.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna see a turnaround in the scores for Mimi once we get to imposter.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right, X Factor. What's Mimi's clutchness? I'm thinking, I'd say a 4. What do you think, Billiam? Billiam, you good? Billiam? Oh no. Okay, Billiam's dying. Alright, we'll keep moving. Alright, so X Factor for Mimi, I'm just thinking her ability to clutch some games goes down because like sometimes she's not around, she's AFK. Yeah, I'm probably say 4. Like sometimes she is able to clutch games, but she's just not around that much. So we'll go with that. Alright, imposter, killer instinct. I feel like Mimi definitely has the killer instinct. So I'm gonna
definitely.
Oh, you're back. What's
Definitely.
Up, Alright, what do you think?
All right.
Killer instinct for Mimi.
So for killer instinct, I'd put it as a solid 7.5.
7.5. Okay, I agree with that. lying and persuasion. I feel like Mimi doesn't often lie.
It's
Like,
it's kind of a simple strategy. She doesn't really speak that much.
Yeah,
And she makes herself look inconspicuous.
Right.
And you could say that's kind of a sort of like lying and persuasion.
Yeah.
Because like it's very simple, but it's very effective at the same time. So
Yeah.
I'd give that an 8.
If I look at it from the angle of she doesn't really talk much, like that's her strategy. She allows the crewmates to kind of go at each other. But like, is that really lying or is that really persuasion? It's more persuasion, but if you take account to like the lying part of this category, I don't feel like she lies that much. I don't know.
That's true. That's true.
I think her persuasion aspect, like her strategy of it. I think for me, I'm thinking in like a 5 or 6, just because I feel like she doesn't have to lie that often. Like I don't know her lying ability.
All right. What about like meeting in the middle for 7?
Yeah, we can go with 7. All right, sabotage. This one's hard to rate actually.
I've not seen it used that much.
Yeah. Honestly, I think we should take out sabotage, to be honest.
Yeah, with just put non-applicable.
Yeah. We'll just, yeah. I mean, I feel like everyone is fine with sabotages. It's not like, well, I guess that includes venting as well. Like if you, I mean,
I guess to an extent, but and I'd still say non-applicable.
Yeah, we'll just put non-applicable. Well, I could take it out, but we'll just put NA. Game plan.
I'd say it's a pretty solid plan. I mean, she kills the people that she needs to.
Mm-hmm.
Usually leaves the most like accusatory people left alive.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I'd say that's a solid 7.5.
Often kills me first, which is always probably a good thing. I mean, if I was Mimi, I would kill me first every time. So, game plan. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking 7 to 7.5.
I'll go 7. X Factor.
That's a big one. I think I'd say 8.5 to be honest.
Honestly, I feel like Mimi clutches out imposter way often than I actually give her credit for, and I just don't understand how she does it. So I'm leaning a 9 for X Factor.
If Mimi gets to the end of the rounds, then she's basically won with imposter.
I don't understand how she clutches it out. It's so annoying. But she also does get voted out by me a lot, just because. So it's kind of hard to say. I don't know. I'd still give her a 9. I'm gonna give her a 9. Okay. Moving on to Navi. What's Navi's dependability?
I'd say pretty solid. They vote consistently. They do their tasks. So I'd give it like a 6.5 to a 7.
Yeah, Navi's dependability is pretty good. She's not really AFK that much, I don't think.
Nah.
She is a little quiet though, so it's like, I mean, she does say enough. So I'll probably say a 6. I'm gonna say 6.
All right. What about like 6.5?
Oh, we can agree on a 6.5. Oop, 6.5. Okay. Reads. Navi's reads.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's similar to Mimi. She's not really calling out too much, but she does much more than Mimi. So I'm leaning.
She makes like the right choice when people are being accused
when
pretty
she does
often.
make
So I
a
give
read.
it.
Yeah, when she does make a read, it's most normally right. So
I'd say like 5.
Honestly, I think I'd say 6. Just because the fact that her reads are normally right, it's just that she doesn't make them often. Maybe a 5 then. I'll go 5. Navi Smart's memory. I think this is gonna be high.
Pretty solid. I'd say anywhere from 6.5 to 7.5. Kind of.
Yeah. I'll probably say 7.5 just because, like with the reads, she's normally right. So I'll say 7.5. Alright, what's Navi's X factor as a crewmate?
I'd say often she doesn't live long enough to.
That's also true. Yeah.
I'd say maybe 6 to 6.5.
Let's go 6. Killer instinct for Navi. Definitely up there, I think.
It's not bad. Yeah. What would you say? I haven't actually seen Navi be imposter that often.
Yeah. I feel like Navi's killer instinct. I feel like she has the killer instinct, obviously, like, so is good at killing. I'd probably say I feel like Mimi is gonna be higher in Killer Instinct if I'm in comparison, so maybe 7. I feel like it's
7,
close.
6.5.
I feel like Mimi's just ahead, so I'm leaning 7.
Yeah, we can put 7.
Okay, lying and persuasion. I feel like she's gotten better over time. I keep thinking about one time I was in like Final 3 situation with her a little bit back. She's good at it. But oftentimes I feel like the louder person might win over Navi in like a later round
That's true,
scenario.
yeah.
So it's kind of
So
tough.
I'd say anywhere from like 5.5 to 6.
Yeah, I'd say Mimi's also probably slightly better than Navi at lying and persuasion, just because she talks even less than Navi, and like whenever Mimi talks, like she's normally going to be right in an endgame scenario. Actually, I feel like Navi's probably higher than Mimi in this, just because Mimi just doesn't have. Mimi doesn't have the like the aggression in some scenarios. I'm thinking I change Mimi to 6.5 and then Navi to 7.
I'd argue that Mimi doesn't need it, and that's why I'd put Mimi a bit higher.
That's true. Yeah, because Mimi, yeah, that's fair. Alright, then what's our Navi rating?
Anywhere from 6 to 6.5.
Yeah, probably go 6.5. Sabotage, we'll skip over that. Let's give it NA. Skip
Not applicable. Only a few people here use sabotages. One of them's me.
Yeah.
Game plan, this is where I'd say maybe 5, because 4 or 5, because the reason I'm putting it that low, Navi does pretty solid for most of her plan, except she'll never kill Set. So
that's true.
It's basically up to the second imposter to kill Set.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean that actually applies to a few people.
Like if it's a one imposter game, and it's basically Navi's just shooting herself in the foot by not killing Set.
Yeah. That also kind of goes into Killer Instinct as well, because if you can't kill somebody, then you don't really have the Killer Instinct, do you? Because like Killer Instinct is like you'll kill anybody in the game and you'll swim in the blood of their dead body.
That's true.
Okay, well, game plan, let's say, I feel like Navi actually generally does have a good game plan, though. Like, she really sometimes does slow play it a lot. So, that slow play actually does work out, oftentimes.
It is a slow play, that's true.
Maybe
I'll move my score up a bit.
I'd probably say 8, and then I'd say it would be even higher, or maybe a 7.5.
Oh,
I'd say it'd be even higher, maybe with your point of the not killing Set or something.
I'm just I guess like when you take 2 imposter game into account, I'd give it a 7.
Okay.
But in one imposter is definitely 5.
Okay, so then do you want to give it in the middle of 6?
Yeah.
Okay. X Factor.
I'd say that's like an 8, really.
Yeah, I'd say an 8. She definitely.
Navi usually in the end game does pretty well. Yeah,
Navi in end game is very good. When I'm imposter, I often like to kill Navi. So I'd say an 8.
Yeah, I'd say 8.
Alright, PG. Dependability as a crewmate.
Definitely a 7. No, wait, he can be AFK sometimes. No, wait, nah. But when he's here, definitely dependable.
Yeah.
But since AFK, I'm gonna give it a 5.5.
Well, if he's here, he's like top tier in dependability, because he's gonna be on cams more often than not, and he's gonna have information.
That's true.
To bring. So I feel like his dependability is gonna be really high. I feel like he's not AFK that often though. So.
I've just seen it a lot in my games.
I'm just feeling a solid 9 here.
All right, I'll say 7, and we go compromise 8.
Compromise 8. Okay. Reads.
I'd say pretty solid.
Yeah, reads for PG. Like oftentimes when he's on cams, he can like put together information and make a read based off that.
Maybe like a 6.5.
Sometimes it is annoying when like a few times PG has called me out when I'm a crewmate, and that read has been wrong, so that sometimes can be annoying. But I feel like he's more right than he is wrong. So
That's why he gets killed so often.
that's true. What are we feeling here? I'm feeling probably.
This is
I'm feeling around an 8, somewhere around there.
I'd say 7.
7.5.
I'll be right back.
Okay. So
Just like edit this part of the video out or something.
I'll probably just keep it in because I'm lazy. Okay. Smarts and memory for PG. I feel like that's got to be really high because he's on cams. He remembers a lot of information. I'll give him a 9. And then X Factor, probably around a 6 to be honest, because he's killed often. I'd probably say like. I'll probably say 6 just because if he gets to the end of the game, his clutchness is really good. He's gonna win more often than not, but he gets killed for so often. I'd probably say 6. Maybe actually, I'll probably say 6.5. Okay, so Killer Instinct for PG. That's gotta probably be high. PG's good imposter.
Oh, so you already went through all of the crewmate stuff?
Well, yeah, I just finished memory and X Factor. So I was just talking about. Yeah, no, I was just saying that his smarts and memory is a 9 because he chills on cams and he can remember stuff. And then.
I agree with the 6.5 for X Factor.
Yeah, so I was just saying with the X Factor, he's gonna get killed first a lot, so that brings down his score. But if he's in the end of the game, he's gonna be able to clutch it more often than not, like way more often than not.
Killer Instinct, yeah, I'd give that a solid 7, 7.5, maybe 8.
Yeah, I'd probably say 8 to be honest. I feel like it's probably higher than Mimi.
I can agree on 8.
Yeah, I think it's higher than Mimi's.
Lying and Persuasion, that can either be good or bad. It really depends whenever you're in a game, to be honest.
And a lot of times PG can just like spew off information about cams or like admin table or something like and like work that angle. So I'm feeling probably.
That's true.
I
feel like the cam strat definitely kind of gives him a bit of a disadvantage if he has to report body near.
That's true.
A rocky area.
That also is true for him as imposter, yeah.
But that would have to do with game plan, I guess.
Yeah, so I would probably say Lion Persuasion. I'd say probably like 8.59, around there.
I would say 7.58.
Let's go 8 or 8.5. What do you think?
Either one.
Let's go 8.5. I feel like it's high. Sabotage. PG Sabotage is nothing crazy. I don't think. I mean, it's hard to rate Sabotage. I don't know why I included this.
Not applicable.
Yeah, NA.
It's applicable to some people.
Like, who do you think it's applicable to? Oh, I guess
I'd say it's applicable to you, me, Sky, and maybe Gable.
Okay, well, we'll come back to that then. You can bring that up. Okay, game plan. I feel like PG's game plan. He normally.
Oh yeah, also Set.
Okay, yeah.
I think Set does Sky too. Set does Sabotage too.
Okay, so game plan. I feel like he normally has a plan. Like a lot of times he might kill me first, or he's looking for me. I feel like
I'd say the only bang is the limited range of killing, because of camping in camps.
That's true. I feel like he's imposter. Like he sometimes switches up. Sometimes I feel like PG's game plan is gonna be higher than Mimi's, so I would probably say 7.5 at the least.
That's fair.
Yeah, I might say 8, 7.5, 8, maybe higher. What do you think?
I would say 7 to 7.5.
Let's go 7.5 then. X Factor, what do you think?
X Factor, honestly, I think that he gets the short end of the stick as far as luck at the end of the game goes as imposter. But I've seen him clutch multiple times before. But usually I feel like by the end of the game, if it drags out too long, people start to suspect him. So I'm gonna give it a 6.5 to 7.
Yeah, I feel like his X Factor as crewmate is good. It's just it's brought down that he gets killed first a lot. Like this should be probably high, but X Factor as imposter I feel like is also like he's good. Like he has all of this down. Like game plan, lying, killer instinct, it's all good from him. It's just his clutchness. If he's at the end of the game, I feel like is gonna be.
Yeah, it's when people are starting to feel like, oh yeah, it's PG.
Right. I'm feeling. What are you feeling?
I'm thinking maybe a 7.
Okay, I like that. That's fair. Alright, Snow. Snow dependability.
I'd say solidly dependable. I'd say 7.5 to 8.
Yeah, I'd probably give Snow also an 8. I feel like Snow's really dependable.
Yeah, we can go with 8. Go with 8.
What's Snow's reads?
I'd say maybe 6 to 7.
Yeah, I feel like Snow... Honestly, I think Snow does make reads sometimes. Honestly, I feel like he's kind of 50-50 on being right and wrong, I think. I'd probably give him... I think
maybe a 6?
I think PG is higher in reads for sure. So Snow should probably be around 6.5 maybe.
Yeah, I'd say maybe let's either one really.
What do you think?
Honestly, I agree with 6 to 6.5.
All right, I'll look up that. Smarts and memory. I feel like this might be. I feel like this might be a little low.
He forgets colors way too much.
He does forget.
He does not remember the colors of other players, and that's why I'm gonna say 4 to 5.
What'd you say? Number?
I'm gonna say 4 to 5 because it's one thing to get the color wrong, which can cause you to lose the game, but it's one thing to think it's a different color than the actual color, and that's the game.
Yeah, I'd say 5 probably.
Yeah, I'd agree with the 5.
Yeah, and then X Factor. Probably
X Factor, maybe like a 6 to 7.
I'd say PG should be higher, so I'll say 6. Say 6. Snow Killer Instinct.
Killer Instinct, maybe like a 7.
I'd say probably 7. Maybe.
Yeah,
7. That's fair. Lying in Persuasion. I feel like Snow is not.
That's not. No, it's not that good. It's like 5
also,
to
like
4.
I'm pretty sure Gable, or it might be Gable or Geen, are good at telling when Snow's lying. So that actually brings them down a little bit more, I think.
Yeah, I'd say maybe give him a 5.
Yeah, I'd give him a 5 probably. Sabotage. Do you have any words on this?
No, not really.
Okay, well, just game plan.
Maybe like a 6.5 to 7.
Yeah.
I'd say he's just a much better crewmate than Imposter, to be honest.
I'd say so. Yeah, Imposter, I feel like he gets found out a lot. We can talk about that in X Factor, but game plan, he normally would have like a game plan, I think. Game plan is also like a little hard to rate, but I'd say game plan, maybe 6.5.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I'd say. Yep. All right.
X Factor. That X Factor is terrible. It's like 5.
I'd say
4 to 5.
I'd say probably like 4, just because.
Yeah, 4.
Yeah, like
4.
Yeah, I feel like Gable Geen oftentimes are able to get him. So
I don't think he survives being voted off until one of the last rounds. I think he gets voted off in the middle pretty often.
All right, there we go. All right, so Rose.
That's pretty dependable. Pretty dependable. I'd say a similar score to Navi.
Yeah, Set and Navi are a little similar in my eyes. So
Definitely.
I'd probably rate Navi a little higher in dependability. So I think we're gonna be lower than a 6.5.
The problem is that Set has a really hard time voting Navi out when Navi's imposter.
That is true.
That puts down the dependability and reads and X Factor a bit down.
Yeah, I feel like Set also just is a little bit like Mimi in that she's not really like aggressive or anything, or not really aggressive, but able to just like come out and be like, you're the imposter, you know, like da-da-da, this is the reason why. She'll say it, but she's not going to be overly like passionate or aggressive about it. She might have passion in it, but maybe just not the aggressive.
So I'd say maybe like 5.5 to 6.
I'd probably say 5.5. Sets reads.
If it's not about Navi, then I'd say it's pretty decent.
Yeah. I feel like
I'd say.
Yeah, I feel like her reads are fine. It's just she's not making reads that often, I don't think. Yeah, I feel like Set's reads are good. It's just the same problem with like maybe with Mimi. Is that I feel like she's not making reads that often. Like if she's gonna make a read, it's gonna be based on like factual information. which that's not inherently like what a read is. A read is like based on some sort of information that kind of leads you to something.
I've seen her make reads on basically. This is just me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm particularly reads on me. I've seen it.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah.
And I think that like most of the time, she's like probably said I'm suspicious, like out of nowhere, maybe about 5 or 6 times, and she's probably been right 3 or 4 of those times.
All right. So that's not bad. I think it's PG and Snow are probably going to be a little higher than Rose on reads, I think, in my opinion.
I'd say 6 to 6.5.
Yeah, I feel like on par with Snow, or like around Snow is probably fine. I think probably a 6.
Yeah, maybe where Snow is.
We can give her 6.5. All right. Smarts and memory. Do you have any insight on this?
No, actually, I am not sure.
I feel like
I'd say maybe like around like average to above average, right?
Yeah, I feel like you're gonna be a little higher than Mimi a little bit, and I think you're gonna be lower than Navi, so I'd probably say 6.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Since 5 is average, we might want to put Snow's memory down another point.
Oh, poor Snow. Yeah, that's probably fair.
Yeah.
I'll probably give her 5.5.
Yeah, I'd say 5.5.
Yeah. Okay. X Factor. How often is Rose gonna be clutching games?
So I'd say maybe 6.5.
Yeah, I'd say.
I've seen it happen. Like I have seen it happen.
Yeah. I think I kind of want to raise PG to 7, and I'm gonna put Rose at 6.5.
That's understandable.
Yeah. Okay. And I think Killer Instinct for Rose. I think this is probably gonna be the lowest out of everyone so far.
I'd say not by much. I'd say 6.5 to 7.
Yeah, I'd probably say 6.5. Like, yeah, I'd probably say 6.5. Lying Persuasion.
That's kind of a hard score to measure.
Yeah.
She's not suspected that much. I don't think it happened much.
Right. I think it's similar. It's probably around similar to Mimi Navi, just because I'd say a little bit similar to Mimi, just because she doesn't really have to actively lie that much. She's just really
I'd
good
say it's
at,
pretty similar.
Yeah, sure. Her persuasion aspect is really maybe not as talking much, or maybe just chiming in enough to where she's not suspected.
Speaking about lying and persuasion, since 5 is average, we have to put Snow's to 4 again.
Oh yeah. Dude, poor Snow, dude.
Rip Snow.
Rip Snow.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So
Rose.
I'd say maybe a 6.5.
I'd say 6. I think Navi's probably slightly better at it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Sabotage.
Okay,
Yeah.
so actually I can say something about this.
Okay.
I think that set sabotages are pretty good.
Okay.
And I'd give it a 6.5.
Okay. We'll add
I
that score
think
in.
she sabotages reactor quite a bit.
Okay.
From what I remember.
Alright, yeah, cool. Game plan. How's her like game structure? How well does she play games?
That's kind of hard for me to judge.
I'd probably say as imposter, I'd say it's actually probably honestly Seth's game plan are normally like decent. I'd probably like say 7.
That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd probably say 7 because it's probably gonna be slightly higher than Snow.
But I put it a bit below Mimi, so maybe 6.75.
Okay.
Or maybe boost Mimi's up.
Yeah, I'll go 6.75 then. 6.75. Okay. What's Seth's X Factor?
I'd say it's probably a bit above average.
I'd probably say 6. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I feel like she's not clutching that many games, but it's just going to be above average. I'd say, yeah. I think that's fair. Okay.
Yeah, like 5.5, 6, somewhere around there.
Okay. All right. Gable, Banana Man.
Gable, dependability, I'd give him, a solid 7, 7.5.
I think 7. Maybe 6.5 on par with Navi. I think Navi might be slightly more dependable than Gable.
That's fair. That's fair.
I don't know. I think 6.5 or 7 around there.
I'm not as qualified to talk about Gable's playing because I haven't listened that much.
Yeah, I haven't played with him in a little bit, so I have to really rack my memory here. I'd say probably 6.5, 7. What do you think?
Yeah, Say 6.5.
Yeah, let's put him on par with Navi there. All right, reads. I feel like Gable. Gable catches snow a lot, so I feel like that puts.
That's true. So I say maybe a 7.
Yeah. So
below PGs.
Yeah. I'd say below PG. Yep, 7's fair. And I think it's gonna be higher than Rose and Snow, so that makes sense. Okay. Smarts and memory. I feel like that's.
I'd say maybe like above average, like 6 to 7.
Yeah, I'd probably say 7. 7 makes sense.
Basically, most of Gable's stats are just going to be above average.
Mm-hmm.
They're not like anything like crazy, but they're all above average.
Yeah, if I'm talking about Gable in general, I feel like he's just like a very solid, like above average player. Very solid.
Yeah.
Player. X Factor. I feel like
maybe like. I'd say honestly, maybe like average 5.
I feel like he's going to be clutching more games than Snow, though, so I feel like I might bring Snow down.
That's true.
Again.
Bro, poor Snow.
I feel
dude,
so
why do you gotta do this to
I'd
him?
say 5.5 and then 6 for, Dude, poor Snow. Okay.
Dude, come on.
Killer Instinct for Gable.
Maybe like... I don't know. I've actually not seen him in Imposter
I think he's gonna be 7.
I can't judge on this. This is up to you.
Yeah, I think this is 7. Gable's lying persuasion. I think Gable's actually pretty good at lying against persuasion.
I have no idea. I can't even judge for Imposter for this.
Yeah, whenever Gable talks, I just believe him. But maybe that's just me. Shout out to Gable. I'd probably give Gable. I'll give Gable an 8, maybe 7. I don't know. I'll give him an 8. I'll give him an 8. Sabotage.
Dang. That's the second highest lying and persuasion score we've got.
Yeah, I think I feel like Gable's pretty decent at lying and persuasion actually. That might be, I don't know, that might be like a controversial score, but I'm just gonna put NA because I don't know. Game plan, the way that Gable structures his games.
Maybe around sets or mimis. Maybe around sets or mimi scores. What I'm thinking.
Actually, I'm probably gonna move this down to 7.5. I feel like 8's high. Game plan, I'd say it's not going to be higher than PG's, I don't think. So
maybe like 7.
Oh yeah, I'll give him a 7. X Factor, I feel like he's just like solid. Like he's not going to be. I'd say on par with. I'd say on par with PG. I think.
I have not played enough with Gable as Imposter.
Yeah. No, I'd say on par with PG there. All right, Geen dependability as a crewmate. This is gonna be a fun one to talk about.
I'd say this could be anywhere from 4 to 6. I feel like if Mimi or you or me get killed, he's just gonna not report it and dance on your body.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's actually gonna be applicable to me as well. That's very funny.
So like honestly, I'd say maybe 4.5.
I think it's also kind of funny because like you also hear his card swipe happen, so like his dependability as a crewmate is often going to be like, okay, well he's crewmate, and he's probably
I mean like that's good, but like
it's good, but he's also going to be killed. Yeah, he's also going to be killed first a lot. Like I don't like killing Geen. I would rather kill Fox. I would rather kill Mimi. I'd rather kill PG over Geen. It's just when Geen has his card swipe on, that forces the imposter to go kill him because he's a confirmed crewmate. So I feel like that's going to lower his dependability a little bit just because.
But not by too much, because like it lowers it, but like
there's two
it lowers it, but it raises it a bit.
Right.
So I'd say maybe 4.55.
Yeah, okay. Let's go. I'll give him a 5. Reads,
that's kind of a hard one. I'd say maybe about average, 5.5.
Yeah. I'd probably give him a 6. Give him a 6. Smarts and memory.
I'd say it's pretty alright. I mean, he forgets the color sometimes, but that's about it.
I feel like he doesn't try often though. It's kind of hard to like
consider. When he puts effort in the game though, maybe I'd put it a bit higher, but
yeah. I'd probably, let's see, if I'm comparing to other scores, I'm thinking probably 6. 6.
That's fair. I'd say 6.
Okay. X Factor. I feel like Geen has the capability to clutch games though. I feel like I'd give
him maybe a 6.5.
I feel like it's going to be a 6.75 or 7.
That's 6.75 is fair, definitely.
Because I think it's slightly higher than Rose's. Yeah. Killer Instinct.
Killer Instinct?
Oh, this gotta be high.
Come on, he kills Mimi.
Oh yeah.
First every game.
Yep.
Every game.
Yep. So this is.
So I mean, like, no, it has to be a bit low because that's predictable. That's really predictable.
But if we're looking, I think that's gonna be counted later. If you're talking about Killer Instinct, like, Killer Instinct is like how hungry or like how. Like, are you like soaking yourself in the blood of your enemies? Like Keen absolutely.
Well, that has to be a 7.5 because he definitely is not.
I'll give him like an 8 or 8.5 for this. Like he absolutely just. I mean, I feel like his Killer Instinct is very high.
That's fair.
I'm thinking probably slightly higher than PG.
Whoa, really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say higher than PG. I'd say slightly lower.
We can give him on par with PG then. Compromise. We go on compromise. All right, lying persuasion for Geen.
I'd say that can go either way, and that's why I'm gonna give it a 6.
Yeah, I feel like there's two sides of the coin.
He admits he's imposter basically every game.
Yeah, he does do that.
But at the same time, that makes it hard for people to believe him.
Mm-hmm.
So it can kind of work to his advantage.
Yeah, sometimes like he's really good, sometimes he's maybe not as good. And
at the same time, he has a tendency to give up too much when he's being interrogated.
Mm-hmm. And then you also have to factor in the card swipe as well. So like if you have like a crewmate that's paying attention and he doesn't do the card swipe, then you can most likely tell that he's imposter. So that kind of also factors into ratings as well.
I'd say 6, 5.5.
Yeah, I'd probably say 6. I think he actually is good at lying. It's just like there's other factors that factor in that bring him lower.
Yeah.
Sabotage. Do you have any insight on this?
It's the fact that he doesn't really care once he's caught.
Yeah.
He does. Once he's sussed, he kind of doesn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
Sabotage. Did I say that was applicable?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Applicable.
Maybe we just.
I forget.
Yeah. I
forget right now at the moment. At least.
Nah. All right. Game plan.
Kills Mimi too much.
Yeah.
Kills me way too much. So I'd say 5.
Yeah. I feel like Geen and I could be like comparison with game plan. It's just I think the difference is that I say Merc Mimi win game, but I actually don't kill Mimi that much.
He kills Mimi probably every time.
Yeah. Okay.
This can depend because usually, I mean, it doesn't really come down to this too much because he gets voted off as first imposter basically every time.
Yeah, I feel like he's voted.
2 imposter game.
I feel like he's voted a lot.
But I've seen him clutch with you before in a duo.
He's definitely clutched with you before. I feel like he does have clutch ability. It's just that.
So I'd say maybe 6.5, 6.
I think 6.5 is fair. Yeah, I'd say so. Like he has clutch ability. I think it would be a little higher. It's just I think he's voted off, or like he doesn't care, or he outs himself. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He just gets voted off as first imposter way too often.
All right. Moving on to Sky dependability.
Sky's dependability, I'd say, is probably 7.5.
Yeah, I feel like Sky is very dependable. It's just the only thing that I feel like that brings down Sky. Sky's not in the voice chat too much, so you have to look in the chat.
That's true.
So, I mean, yeah, I feel like Sky's dependable. It's just that you have to go and read the chat, which is mildly, well, I guess, yeah, it just brings down the dependability a little bit, just because sometimes you have a player that won't check the chat. Like I don't check the chat that much. Or at least like if it's like a Discord chat, maybe in-game chat, I would check more. But so factoring that in, I think I'm landing probably.
I'd say 7.5. What do you think?
I'd say the chat brings Sky down to probably 6.57.
So it's compromise 7 then.
It's compromise 7 then.
That is the third highest dependability we've seen so far.
I feel like I feel like Sky is dependable, very dependable.
Reads, that's kind of a hard one.
Yeah, this is hard just because I feel like a lot of the times I played with Sky's just in the chat. So I feel like Sky often does correctly identify who it is though.
That's true. So I'd say maybe 6.5.
I think 6.5 is fair, on par with Snow and Rose.
Smart's memory.
Smart's memory.
7.
I'd say 7.
I'd say
On par
7.
with Gable, I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say so. X factor. What's Sky's clutchness factor as a crewmate?
I think maybe I'd say 7 again.
I feel like PG's probably more.
Oh yeah, when judging it with PG, then
Yeah,
definitely
I'd
that
probably
makes
say
it down to 6.5,
I
6.75.
think on par with Rose again. I think 6.5.
That's fair.
Okay. Killer instinct for Sky.
That doesn't kill enough in my opinion.
Yeah. But
So
I feel
I'd
like
say
Sky. Yeah, so I think Sky's gonna make up in lying persuasion, or at least like X factor. Sky's.
So I'd say 6 for now. First killing
Yeah.
instinct.
I'd say 6. Lying and persuasion. I feel like Sky's like not suspected like that much at all, really.
At the same time, being in chat when they're sus is a complete disadvantage.
Yeah, it is a disadvantage, but also being in chat gives you an advantage, and you're not really thought of as much. Like, let's say,
True.
like myself or you or like PG or I don't know, anyone who talks a lot is gonna be.
I'd put that on par with Mimi then.
Yeah. Well, I was just gonna say that like the people who talk a lot more. I can't speak right now. The people who talk more are gonna be in people's minds more, and then sometimes I often forget about like Sky's even there. So like that actually helps out Sky a lot.
Usually Sky is near me for most of the games, so I usually don't forget.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah, I'd probably say on par with Mimi then. So
I'd say on par with Mimi.
Sabotage. Do you have any insight?
Did I say Sky? I think I said Sky Sabotage. I think Sky, as far as sabotage, is pretty good. I remember seeing it used. And I remember seeing it used well. And if you take into account venting, then I'm probably gonna have to give it like around sets 6.5 to 7.
Okay. All right, game plan for Sky. I feel like whenever I've been imposter with Sky a few times, and from what I remember, I really like having Sky as a partner just because I like killing a lot, or I feel like I'm more likely to kill when I have the chance, more often than not. Sometimes I will slow play it, but at the correct time. But Sky's game plan is normally a little bit slower, like Navi's. So I think
it's pretty alright.
I think I'm gonna give Sky, if I'm looking at other ratings, probably a 7.25 maybe.
That's fair, and then maybe I'd bump Navi's up to 6.25 to 6.5.
Yeah, I feel like Navi's is going to be a little higher. So I feel like Navi's is probably 6.5.
Yeah.
Alright. X Factor for Sky. I feel like Sky clutches a lot of games that I don't expect Sky to as imposter.
Definitely. I'd give it an 8.
I'd give it, an 8. Yep. Alright, Fox. This will be fun.
Fox. Dependability, I'd say pretty solidly dependable.
I'd say solid.
I'd say 6.5.
Like Fox is also on cams a decent amount.
6.5 to 7 is what
it's
I'd
hard
say.
to say because I also tend to kill or vote out Fox a lot as imposter, so that does hurt Fox a little bit.
I've been games in Fox where you're not around, and definitely
if I'm not around, I think Fox's dependability goes up a little bit, but I think Fox is dependable regardless.
Maybe 6.75.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Just slightly above Navi and Gable, and then below Sky. I think that's fair.
Yeah.
All right, Fox's reads. I think this is gonna be low.
She's basically like a radar for when I'm imposter.
Oh, okay. Maybe for you.
First one to suspect me every time.
I've
seen some reads before, so I'm gonna say if it was just about who can read that without imposter the best, I'd give her a 9. But when it comes to all other people factored in, I'd say 6.5 to 7.
Yeah, I've seen Fox choke a lot of games actually as crewmate, so that's gonna bring down X factor a lot too for me. For reads, I feel like she's more inclined to believe, like Fox is just blindly believing Navi sometimes, so maybe that would like up Navi, or she blindly believes Rose sometimes, and that really like brings her down, I think. Fox has made a lot of terrible reads, but Fox has also made a lot of good reads as well. I would say Fox sits at, let's see, if I'm factoring everyone else, I'd probably say like 4.5, because it's going to be below Navi.
I'd say 5 then.
Okay, I'm going to bump Navi up to 5.5, and I'm going to put Fox at 5. Smarts and memory.
Alright, smarts and memory.
What do you
I'd
think?
say she's usually, when it comes to like what you said with Set and Navi, if only one of them or neither of them are around, then I'd say it's pretty solid. I'd say like maybe about a 6.
Yeah, I feel like if she's not blindly believing them, I feel like her memory is fine. Maybe her smarts is I don't know. I feel like she's obviously like smart. I'm not saying that she's not, but like her smarts, crewmate smarts.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with like
yeah.
This is
Yeah, it's just in a
game.
game. Yeah, this is just a game. If I'm factoring in other things, I feel like she's probably a little bit above Geen.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I'd say
6.5.
6.5 then.
Yeah, 6.5.
Okay, and then X Factor, I feel like this might be a little lower.
I'd say maybe 5.5.
I think on par with Snow is fair. Yeah, that's probably fair. Alright, Fox's Killer Instinct. I feel like Fox is definitely going to be higher for Imposter, I think.
I'd say probably 7.5 around Mimi's.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yep, that's fair. Lying and Persuasion. I feel like Fox is not the best liar.
4 to be honest.
What'd you say?
I'd say if like 4 to 4.5.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be pretty low.
She gives up way too quickly.
Yeah.
It's like like usually the defense most of the time is I don't care.
Yeah.
Vote me.
Yeah, I would say. I would probably put. I think probably lower than Snow. Actually, I'd put. You know what? I'm gonna up Snow. I'm gonna give Snow.
Snow. Finally, some good news for Snow.
I'm gonna up Snow, and I'm gonna put Fox at a 4 for Lying and Persuasion.
Finally, some good for news.
I feel like I'm
Snow.
almost never persuaded or by Fox, honestly. Do you feel the same or?
I mean, sometimes, but usually that's when Fox isn't actually imposter though.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have any insight on sabotage venting? I feel like I do. I have some insight actually. I feel like Fox gets caught venting a lot. I've seen.
That's true.
I've seen Fox get caught venting by PG on cams a few times.
Or in like cafe and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any other insight?
That's about it. Really, just to agree with the fact that she gets caught.
I'm probably gonna give her a 4 for this. Well, actually, maybe like a 4.5 because I feel like her sabotaging is fine. It's just her venting brings it down to me.
Yeah.
All right, game plan. I feel like Fox is often gonna kill me first, which I think is a fine game plan. It's a good game plan killing me first.
I'd say a pretty solid game plan. Usually, kind of varied with the killing order. Yeah. Varied with location.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think game plan.
I'd say in general, maybe around 7.
I think 7's fair, on par with Mimi and on par with Gable. I think that's fair. And then slightly below Sky. I think that's fair. All right, Fox's X Factor, Clutch Factor is Imposter.
Maybe like 5.5.
Mm-hmm. I think she does have the ability to clutch, but oftentimes I feel like she does not. I feel like she does not clutch more often than she does clutch. So
it has to do with just the lying and persuasion thing.
Yeah. I'm thinking 5.
5.25 maybe.
5.25 as a compromise. Okay. All right, let's move on to Billiam. All right, so then now we get to each other.
Yep.
So Billiam, you can add some insight, but I'm gonna be the one providing the final
Yeah,
rating.
you're the judge.
So Billiam, dependability. I feel like you are very dependable as a crewmate. You always bring in information. You're always doing your tasks. Yeah, I feel like you're very dependable. So if I'm looking at the other ratings, I think you're gonna be on par with PG and Snow. So I'm gonna give you an 8. Do you think that's fair?
I die first a lot.
You do die first.
So,
yeah,
so
but
maybe
I
I put a bit down probably from getting killed so much.
Okay. So then maybe I'd say probably 7.5 then.
Yeah, that's around fair.
Yeah. So I think your dependability is high, like similar to PG. I think you and PG like dependabilities are high. It's just you both get killed a lot. So maybe a little less than PG. I think PG might be slightly more dependable than you. Because he's on camps,
right,
like that factors in.
Am I doing dependability for you?
Oh no,
Or are you going?
No. For reads, yeah. We're gonna.
I was confused by where your mouse was.
Oh yeah, I don't know why I clicked there. Billiam reads. Let me think here. I feel like oftentimes your reads are pretty good. Yeah, I feel like you catch me a good amount of times as well. So I'm thinking
You've just trained me to be naturally suspicious of you, bro.
Yeah, that's true. We've played a lot together.
So. You got me too many times at the beginning when we started playing this game.
That's true. That is true. I did get you a lot, yeah.
So now I'm more like less inclined to what you're saying.
That's true.
In this game.
No, yeah, that definitely happens whenever I play like any social strategy game like Mafia or anything. Like people believe me less over time, just because. Okay. But your reads, I would say you're pretty good. I'd say definitely high. I would say. I'd probably say 7. I think 7's probably fair. What do you think?
Around Gables, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say on par with
pretty
you.
alright.
Your smarts in memory. Sometimes you remember some stuff, and I'm like, how the hell did he remember that? I'd say this is also very high. I would give you.
I think this would probably be my highest crewmate score.
I'd say probably on par with PG, maybe, or maybe, yeah. I'll give you 9. I think sometimes you just remember some stuff, and I just don't understand. Okay, X Factor. X Factor. I feel like you clutch a lot of games, and I don't give you credit for it, but sometimes you do die a lot early, so that does bring it down.
I guess it depends on whether I can make it at the end or not.
Yeah, how far you're gonna make it.
Usually I'm killed first or second.
Yeah, I feel like you're killed. Like even if you're not killed first, I still feel like you're killed early. So I think you're probably gonna be once again on par with PG or below. I'd probably say 6.75.
Yeah, that's fair.
All right, Billiam Killer Instinct. I feel like you do have good killer instinct. Let me the scores. I'd say
one flaw that I have in killer instinct is that when I'm the only imposter left, I'm really hesitant to kill anyone.
Okay, yeah. Sometimes
and I've lost the task victories because I was the only imposter left.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I feel like that's similar to like Navi or maybe Rose, like Navi, Rose, and you. You guys are all like more inclined to slow playing the game, which is fine. It's just that sometimes it's too slow. I feel
like if I get my kill like Ron, everyone's very quick to suspect me.
Yeah.
Like even if I did nothing that's particularly suspicious, it's like okay, yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm always kind of cautious.
I think that's going to be a little bit factoring into other categories as well. So killer instinct, I feel like your kills are good. I feel like you're probably 7.5. Yeah. All right, lying and persuasion. You really do bring in some good points to the argument. You know how to create a fake path. You fake tasks. Yeah, I feel like
the only problem is that people are much more inclined to believe other people over me.
This is true. But I feel like
especially when it's to you, I lose every time in persuasion.
Yeah. But I feel like you often do make good points. So I think what you're saying is going to factor more into maybe X Factor or game plan. So your actual like lying and persuasive ability, I think is going to be high, but sometimes people are going to be sussing you out, so I think that does lower as well. I would give you probably 7.25. Yeah, I think it would be higher, but it just brings it down a little bit.
It's like,
yeah,
I think that's
sabotage
fair.
inventing. I think.
Oh, this is the one. I love the sabotage in this game.
Yeah.
I don't vent that much, but I sabotage a shit ton.
Yeah. You can. Why don't you talk about like your sabotage a little bit so I get a little
Okay, I'll talk about my own sabotages. I'm probably the only person in this entire group that actually sabotages comms.
Okay, yeah.
That's both a Bane and a Boon, because Boon, I think that actually bothering to sabotage comms is pretty good. But then people know it's like, oh, who sabotaged comms? Oh, I wonder if it's the only person out of all of us who regularly sabotages comms. And then I do Oshu a lot. I've won quite a lot with sabotage victories. I do a lot of varied ones. I close doors. I do lights. Yeah. I do reactor. I do O2. I feel like I honestly, I'm not trying to toot my own horn here.
Yeah,
I just feel like I make use of it.
No, yeah. If I'm gonna rate you on sabotage venting, I'd probably just give you.
I only use it to get away from kills. That's about it.
Gotcha.
Or to get kills from like electrical or security.
Gotcha. Okay, so maybe if you don't use venting, I would probably just give you a 7. I think 7's probably fair for this, or maybe a little higher, because I feel like your sabotages are good, but maybe your venting is less good. I feel like you're more inclined to maybe get caught by venting.
Yeah.
Probably. I feel like 7's probably fair. Probably a little higher than Sky, a little higher than Rose. Maybe 7.5.
Yeah.
I just have more information on you. So
yeah, you have the most information about me.
I do have the most information on you.
Any other player.
Right.
Like some of the judgments for the players.
Yeah, some of the judgments
are
hard.
To like go back to like what I remember from like 2 months ago. Like,
exactly. Yeah. All right, Billiam game plan. I feel like a lot of your. I feel like you don't get imposter that much. You're much more crewmate than imposter. But your game plan, I feel like it's kind of average. I feel like it might be maybe low. I don't know, because sometimes your kill, I don't know. I feel like sometimes you do kill the wrong person, or maybe like.
I feel like, from my perspective, I'm a lot less organized than I probably should be.
Yeah.
As far as plan. But I do sometimes do stuff where I set it up where the other person looks guilty, and I have won that way before.
I have seen that. Yeah, that's true. That is true.
And so I guess it depends on if I'm doing that or not.
Yeah. Okay. I would probably say probably just a 7. It's on par with a lot of people. It's fair. Kind of average. X Factor, I feel like your clutchness ability, I feel like this might be a little low. I feel like you're good at everything. It's just like you're going to get caught a lot, or you're going to get sussed out sometimes for like almost no reason. Just because I feel like you're just I feel like you're just naturally sus. You're just
naturally suspicious.
You're just naturally sus. So I think you're probably going to be a little lower. I feel like you're good in every category. It's just like you're naturally sus, and that's going to bring down your clutchness ability in the end.
I'd probably give myself a 5.55.
Yeah, I would probably say, well, that would be kind of, I would say higher than Fox, so 5.5. Okay.
All right. Now on to you. Dependability. This is probably going to be one of your only bad stats. I'm going to say 6.
I think
because
that's fair.
When I think that you, like Dean, have a tendency to dance on people's bodies when they're dead.
True.
And then like you don't do tasks like too often.
Also true.
Especially when you're dead, bro. Oh my god.
That is true. Yeah.
Yeah, like anywhere from a 5.5 to 6 is where
I think that's fair. I'll just chime in and say like if you guys like wrongly vote me out or something, I would just like not do tasks just because I'm salty, or I don't know. I feel like I'm somewhat dependable, and I just like to fuck around a lot. So that definitely brings me down. I like to dance on people's bodies, so I think 6 is probably fair.
He fucked around. Blue's
Well.
body's been reported, and then he found out.
Yeah. All right. What's my reads?
Okay, so I'd say your reads are pretty solid. I'd say you're the highest read of everyone here, and maybe just a bit above PG at 7.75.
I think that's probably fair. My reads are often like pretty good, except that like sometimes I have some wild reads that I can just be really
I'd
wrong.
say your smarts and memory are pretty solid. I would probably give it around a 7.5 to 7.75.
Okay. What's your final thing gonna be, you think?
I wouldn't say your memory is insane. Your memory is pretty decent though, and definitely like how you play it is pretty good when you're taking it seriously. So I'm gonna say 7.25.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I feel like my memory would be, or smarts and memory would be higher. It's just like sometimes I'm just
anywhere from like 7 to 8 maybe is I think realistic.
No, but I think 7.25 is fair. It's just like as I'm just like as a crewmate, if I'm actually trying, I feel like I'm good. But I oftentimes I just don't like being crewmate and I don't try, so that's gonna bring down these scores.
True.
All right.
Okay, your X factor I think is the highest of everyone here, and I'm gonna say it's a 7.75. I think you make the right decision in clutch moments most of the time.
Yeah, I feel like if I'm in a clutch moment at the end of the game, I'm gonna be clutching it out more often than not. I think that is fair, just because I'm not gonna like not try in a clutch moment because that's gonna decide the game. I wouldn't just like not try and let everyone lose on my crewmate team. Like I wouldn't do that. So I think that's probably fair.
Killer instinct, I'd give you an 8.
Okay.
I think that you're definitely ready to kill people. Times maybe a bit too hasty.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I'll put it up to an 8.5 because
I like killing people. I like
honestly,
baiting.
I just think you get stacks. Like I've seen it. You've gotten stacks before. You've gotten double kills.
Yeah.
Definitely. So I'd say definitely the highest out of the group.
Yeah.
Lying and persuasion.
Yeah.
With anyone else, I'd say maybe it's a 7.5, but with me, it's probably a 10 because you literally win every time. Like, I don't understand. Maybe it's because I seem more sus than you, which I doesn't understand. I don't understand either because you're sus as hell usually. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to get a 7.5, 7.75.
Okay. So what's final?
7.75 because of how often you get me voted up.
Okay.
Sabotage and venting. You do really good with vents, but I have not seen you sabotage that much. No, I've seen you sabotage though. You do O2 and reactor. I think you could do sabotage a bit more and a bit like better.
Yeah.
But honestly, they're pretty solid. Your venting is really solid. I give you 7.25.
Yeah, I'll just chime in and say, I don't sabotage like that often, just because I don't feel like there is a need to sabotage that often. I feel like I just sabotage at the right moment, like whenever.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so I feel like when I sabotage, it's normally like when I'm about to get a kill, I'll call lights, or let's say, I mean, this is like a pretty simple one that a lot of people do is like if you kill on the right side, sabotage the left side on like Skeld or something, and then obviously
also,
it's like sabotaging at the right moment at the end of the game is also really good. So like waiting on that cooldown. So I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I think you're correct.
Say one of your only banes that you don't shut doors enough. Like
that is true.
It's just especially when you need those extra seconds when the kill cooldown goes up, you don't shut doors to limit players mobility. I've seen you shut doors sometimes when they're trying to get to the button when there's 3 people left. But besides for that, something I like to do is shut doors, especially when I'm ghost, to make people look more sus, or to like inhibit the players' flow of the game. And that's why I put myself slightly higher than you.
Okay, so
I'll give you 7.25.
Okay.
Yeah, 7.25.
Okay.
Your game plan is very strong.
Yeah, I feel like I always have a solid game.
I'd probably give it around PG score or above, for sure.
So what's final?
7.5. I
Okay.
say you're around PG.
Okay. And then what's my
This is your
clutches?
best stat.
Yeah, this is usually
I'm
my
just gonna
best
go
stat.
off and say I'm gonna say it's 9.25 even. Yeah, I'm gonna give it 9.25. You just clutch most of the games.
Yeah, I feel like I'm so clutch as imposter. Yeah. Okay, that's probably fair. And then
All right. Well, we calculated the averages, and congratulations, PG.
yeah,
You
PG
are the
PG
best
overall
player
best.
in the server.
Yep. So, in myself and Billiam's ratings, PG overall the best with a 7.81 overall. I think that makes sense. Looking at everyone's, just because like if you factor in me just like screwing around a lot, that's definitely gonna bring me down, and PG's often not doing that. So that definitely puts PG at the top, and I think that makes sense.
PG is definitely more serious about it more often.
Oh yeah, 100%. And then everyone else's score you can see over here. It's very very close, like from the 5.5 range to the 8. So no one's low,
Definitely.
no one's really low at all, or no one's like insanely high at all. So
These are keep in mind also these are just our opinions based on what we've seen from the games, and it's like there's a certain part of like salt, like a grain of salt. Take this with a grain of salt.
Oh yeah, take it with a grain of salt for sure.
We've only seen so many serious games, and for people like Snow and Gable, we haven't actually seen many games with in a while.
Yeah, I haven't played with Snow or Gable in a little bit, so those ratings are maybe a little off. I probably rated
like
Gable probably slightly high, but
at the same time, for people we play a lot with, like Dean, Fox, and Mimi, their scores kind of went down a bit because we don't play as many serious games with them.
I feel like I've seen Mimi a lot though, or like Mimi, Geen, I don't know, but
we were judging I guess in more recent memory, at least for my judgment.
Yeah, so yeah, this is just for fun, just opinions, just for fun to do. So if you actually watch this and you're in the FOXTROT gaming server, appreciate it. Maybe we will do it again sometime in the future. I don't know, but yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this. So thanks for watching. Billiam, thanks for doing this with me.
Yeah, man, this was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Thanks guys for watching.
Yep. All right. See you in the FOXTROT gaming server, or if you're not in there, well, see you around.